Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Now you may be able to tell from my voice, ain't feeling brilliant today, but I wanted to make a video for you guys anyway. This isn't a normal Chelsea news video, but I've seen a couple of stories floating around the media on a certain story linking Reece James to Manchester City. Hang on. No. This is what happens if a team go in looking for a player they don't really need, but just because it'd be nice to have. Cough, cough. Achraf Hakimi. We don't need him. We got Reece James, but I wouldn't complain if we did sign him. However, with Chelsea now looking like they won't be able to sign Hakimi anyway, Manchester City have added up the fact that we already have Reece James. He's a good player, and it looks like Pep Guardiola rates him, and now there's going to be stories circling around saying that Chelsea don't want Reece James or they want to replace him, which isn't true. I wouldn't mind having Achraf Hakimi as well. So let's read you this article. Manchester City want to bring Chelsea right back Reece James to the Etihad Stadium this summer, according to The Athletic. The Athletic, obviously, they have a lot of reporters that report on the Chelsea, so they always get stuff right. So they're not going to be making anything up like this. Manager Pep Guardiola is a huge admirer of the England international. I hope he would be, as he did have Raheem Sterling in his back pocket the whole entire Champions League final. I've been impressed with his last two performances against the side, pretty much what I just said. James's ability to play centre-back and in midfield has also caught the eyes of the City boss and is looking to lure him away from Chelsea before the end of the summer transfer window. Guardiola wants to strengthen his side for next season's Premier League title defence, while also hoping to go one better in the Champions League. Now, if you haven't seen stories about Manchester City recently, Jack Grealish is going to Manchester City for £100 million. Mental. That's incredible. It's just incredible. I didn't think anything like that would ever happen this summer, especially Jack Grealish leaving. I never thought he'd leave, and then they also want Kane for £100 million as well. And it could add up to 250 overall on two players. Okay. Chelsea stopped Raheem Sterling in last season's final, and the Man City manager reckons his defensive and attacking abilities would help strengthen his squad. Now, the Premier League champions currently have Kyle Walker and João Cancelo at options at right back, but could do with another versatile option in the 21-year-old. However, whether James would be willing to swap Stamford Bridge for the Etihad remains to be seen. Now, he's come through the academy. He's been there since 6 or 7 years old, something too young like that. He's gone through all the age groups, all the categories. Gone on loan to Wigan, came back to Chelsea with Frank Lampard, and then forced him into the first team at right back. Thomas Tuchel's come in, identified him as still a very good player like Mason Mount. He's not just being chosen every week just because Frank Lampard likes young players like Mason Mount. They're all getting into the first team for their country for the same team under different managers. And Kyle Walker and João Cancelo are Man City's right back options. João Cancelo has been probably the best right back this season. He's had a brilliant season in the Premier League. And Kyle Walker, João Cancelo has played left back a little bit, sometimes in midfield, but not very often. And Kyle Walker was Manchester City's best player in the Champions League final for Manchester City. The defender has 4 years left on his contract, and manager Thomas Tuchel is unlikely to be considering allowing him to go, which is very true. Thomas Tuchel will not want him to go. We don't have any other right wing backs unless we signed Hakimi, but it's looking like he'll go to PSG anyway. City are heavily prioritising English players this summer, having already linked with Tottenham Hotspur's Harry Kane and Aston Villa midfielder Jack Grealish. There must be at least 8 homegrown players, blah, blah, blah. Walker, Stones, Sterling and Foden are among the English players, and James could be next on the list. Guardiola could have as many as 7 English internationals in his starting 11 if things go as planned, and the FA would be proud of their players growing there. No, this is a nonsense story. I'm not saying that it's made up. Manchester City have probably said, you know what will call a little bit of propaganda, saying we're in for Reece James. Now, Reece James, hopefully, isn't going to want to leave to the team he just beat in the Champions League finals, because that'd. Well, this might be a controversial statement, but I think if Reece James went from Chelsea to Man City, he'd be taking a step down. Now, Man City do have good players. They've got a great manager in Pep Guardiola. They've got Kevin De Bruyne. They've got Edison. They've got a good goalie. Ruben Diaz has been decent, I think, but every time he's played against Chelsea, he's absolutely bottled it. Like I said, João Cancelo's been decent. Kyle Walker was okay. John Stones. Let's not even talk about John Stones. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden, I have to rate him. I don't like his hair, but he's a good player. And as an English boy, I wouldn't, if he scored the winner in a European Championship finals, then I would not be complaining. However, I don't see this transfer happening at all. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. A 2 out of 10. I don't know why I'm rating it right now, but I am. Maybe we'll do this more often. Maybe I'll find stories, rate them on their likelihood of happening. But how long have I recorded? 6 minutes. Right. How else do I talk about this then? Basically, we don't need a right wing back. The only reason we were in for Hakimi was because it'd just be nice to have Hakimi if Inter Milan are. I don't want to get this Manchester City highlights off my screen. Good. We were only in for Hakimi in case maybe Reece James got injured or Hakimi could play right wing back. Then Reece James able to play centre back with Azpilicueta getting older. But we definitely didn't need a right wing back. I think we could do with a right wing back as like backup maybe, but it's not the end of the world if we don't get one at the end of the day. At the end of the summer transfer window, as we could just bring up like maybe Tino Livramento as a backup right wing back. Who else? Azpilicueta can play there, so we technically have two. Tino Livramento can play there as well. Did he go on loan? I think he's been in the academy the whole season. He could be called up into the first team, just like training maybe. So we technically have 3 then. So then we're not in desperate need of a right wing back. I think we are in desperate need of a striker. But like I said the other day, I actually don't see us signing on anymore. If Kai Havertz can do what he's doing at the Euros, then we definitely don't need a striker. Because he's been banging in the goals for Germany. But hopefully he doesn't do it on Tuesday. Because he'll be playing England. And if Kai Havertz knocks out England out of the Euros, then I'd be a little bit frustrated. I would be a little bit frustrated. Anyway, that is all today. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to help me out a little bit, want to make me feel a little better in the heart, like the video. That's the best way to help me out. Just liking the video. First of all, it makes me know that you've enjoyed it. Second of all, it helps the algorithm. If you say that you've liked it, the YouTube algorithm has proof that someone has enjoyed this. So then they'll go and push it out to someone else. And then someone else, and someone else. And they might click on it, and then they might not. But then some will. The laws of averages. So if you want to help me out, just like the video. Also commenting, I think does that as well. Subscribing as well. That's the best way to not miss out on a single video. Apologies for the lack of uploads recently. I've been doing other stuff with my life. Exams, etc, etc. But hopefully next week, the daily grind should be back on. Yeah, maybe a couple more videos like this in the week, but the daily Chelsea news videos, fully edited, will be uploading next week. I can't wait. Transfer window, fully open. After the Euros is when it will start kicking off, but that is all today. Thank you very much for watching and supporting me. Goodbye. Oh yeah, bye.